Hello people and other non-people that might be watching my videos. I got an update today. The sway bar kit for the Civic, otherwise named Rebecca, has came in. It's from ST Suspension. I also got a cool shirt from them too. Pretty neat. They sent over a couple stickers also, so I'm pretty happy. I'm currently vlogging from my office. For my family and friends, I just moved to this house and it's awesome, but I'm slowly moving in. As you can see, my books and magazines and stuff are still kind of not all together. Got some shelves to still put up. My desktop computer set up. Got a cool HD webcam from my brother. So yeah, it's not that much. Haven't really done anything. I've just been waiting for the car parts to come in. I also ordered new tie rods because when I was inspecting the Civic, the passenger tie rod was kind of destroyed, the ball joint on it, so I decided to replace that also. Bought those parts from Rock Auto. I also got a 15/16 bore master cylinder for the Civic today too. That's getting in line for the disc brake replacement I want to do in the rear. I'm doing the disc plate brake replacement for a number of reasons. The first one is because I absolutely hate working on drum brakes. They're annoying. I'm not going to sit here and argue about performance, benefits, or whatever. If you've got a daily driver and you don't want drum brakes because you think it's going to help you or something, you're not going to see any kind of benefit on a daily driver. It's not going to increase your braking performance. You're not going to be able to stop shorter distances and all that other nonsense. It's strictly on a performance level because I intend to autocross this car and take her on the track once in a while. Disc brakes vent better. They cool easier. And the benefits of that, when you're doing hard braking and autocross and track racing, you don't want your brakes to get hot, because as they get hot, they don't do their job as well. So that's one of the main reasons I want to do the disc brake conversion. And like I said, the other one is maintenance, because I hate drum brakes. They're Satan. So I got the back end of the Civic lifted off the ground right now. I'm going to be taking the trailing arms off, putting energy suspension bushings. Those also came in last week. Going to be stuffing those in there and replacing the bushings on the lower control arms also. Those lower control arms are Blocks aftermarket aluminum ones. They're very good quality, but the bushings they use are crap. They're just standard rubber. So I'm pushing energy suspension ones into that. The sway bar kit will be going on the front. I won't be putting the rear on until the lower tie bar comes in. I can't decide if I want to get a Function 7 or I think the other company's ASR. I could always go Beaks. They're really cheap, but they're also cheaper quality. Not saying that they won't give you a benefit in stiffness, but the ASR and the Function 7 use multiple points, whereas the Beaks only uses 2 points. One benefit you get from doing the tie bar upgrade is it increases rigidity of the chassis. Any real performance guy will tell you that chassis rigidity is everything in performance. You can have a ton of horsepower, you can have a ton of torque, you can do all of this cool stuff to your engine and all this, but if you don't have chassis rigidity, you do not have drivability. The car will not handle correctly. You see these videos of the late 80s, early 90s Mustangs doing these crazy engine builds, and then they do a couple of passes down the strip and their rear end gets ripped out. That's because their chassis sucks. One of the biggest issues with doing all these performance upgrades on the Civic is that the Civic wasn't made to be super performance related. So when you're doing upgrades on the EF, the EG, the EK Civics, the most important thing to do is chassis upgrades. Fatter sub-brace stiffening, aftermarket lower control arms, strut bars, tie bars, all that stuff that's going to make the car more rigid is going to increase its performance. The numbers aspect, you're not going to see a difference, but on a dyno, you're not testing your car, you're testing your engine. There's a complete difference. If you're on a track, or you're autocrossing, or you're at a strip, what you want is rigidity. I saw a really good post from somebody on the Mass Tuning Facebook group talking about rigidity, and it got me just thinking maybe I should talk about this on my very few viewers that I have. But so hopefully the lower brace is going to come in. The other benefit that you're going to have, the earlier Civics have a very weak rear subframe. If you're putting a fatter sway bar in, you want to do this sub brace. If you put a fatter sway bar in and just go, oh, I'll just drive it for a little bit and then eventually I'll get the sub brace or whatever like that, you're being very risky with it. The fatter sway bar is going to stiffen up the rear end on the outside, so when the car flexes, that sway bar is not going to flex. It's going to go somewhere, and your rear sub brace is going to take that brunt of the flex, and you're going to snap your sub brace, and your car is going to be toast. So you want to put this brace in there, this aftermarket brace. It's going to stiffen up that rear end and make it so the sway bar doesn't rip your car to pieces. Other than that, I mean, there really isn't much to talk about. I'm buying a vinyl cutter pretty soon, so if anybody wants stickers, just hit me up. I'll send you a couple of Blockhead Automotive stickers or whatever. But besides that, I just picked up my pressure washer from the small engine shop. Now I know I work on cars, but carbureted small engines are a complete different thing. It wouldn't start. I just didn't have the patience to deal with it, and I kind of just wanted it running because I needed to wash the side of the house. And I like to use a pressure washer when I wash the cars. But so I just picked that up. I also got a video on the GoPro, which I'm uploading right now. On Sunday, I think it was, I took Rebecca out to get washed at the local car wash. So I videotaped going there just for the heck of it, so you guys can see what she sounds like and how she drives and stuff. I haven't even really watched the video, so who knows, it's probably going to suck, but whatever. Just hit me up if you guys have any questions. The S2000, I'm sorry I didn't showcase it, but kind of, you know, self-esteem related. Every time I look at the car, it kind of makes me sad that it doesn't run, but electrical problems are a beast in their own mind, and I've got the Civic on the front of the priority list right now. So let me know if you guys have any questions about the vehicles. You can check me out on Instagram at Blockhead Auto, and tell your friends about me.